Hello, welcome back to Court TV Live. Thank you so much for being with me this afternoon. We're going to continue now with our coverage of Darrell Brooks and his case, Wisconsin versus Brooks. Now, he is charged with 6 counts of murder for allegedly driving his SUV through a parade in Wisconsin last year around Christmas time in Waukesha, Wisconsin. And as you well know, he is representing himself, which really, to the consternation of everyone in that courtroom, has caused constant interruptions and disruptions. So I want to get into a little of that before I take you back into the courtroom for live testimony. Still in studio with me, attorneys Jack Rice and Josh Schiffer, and joining us as our special guest for this segment, forensic psychiatrist, trial expert witness, and columnist of Inside the Criminal Mind, Dr. Carole Lieberman. Carole, I want to go back to you quickly for a quick question before I take our folks back into the courtroom, because one of the things we're all struggling with is exactly how to deal with a defendant like this, someone who wants to disrupt the proceedings, someone who seems not to be controllable in large part. I'm sure you've been watching and see how the judge has been dealing with him. How would you suggest dealing with them? Do you not give him audience? Do you not let him talk? Do you cut him off? Do you pretty much have to give him the opportunity to talk, otherwise risk that he gets even more frustrated and cause more problems? How would you suggest approaching this type of problem?
It's a very fine line. I mean, you know, it's kind of ironic because if he was given a competency test, you know, as a defendant, if he had been, he might not have passed. No less now he's being his own attorney. So it is very difficult. Also, you have to wonder, where did he learn to say these? Where did he learn these words? You know, was he doing binge watching of Law and Order and copying Jack McCoy? I mean, I think the judge, from what I've seen, is doing a good job in terms of not engaging him, not being very emotional when she says whatever it is that she says, like she was just saying, you know, overruled or whatever. In other words, not just to be as cut and dried as possible in whatever it is that she has decided to say, and not really, because he's very intuitive in terms of being able to figure out if there's a moment that he can get in. You know, if she lapses for a moment, if her control lapses for a moment, and he can see his way in, then he's going to take it.
Yeah, and you make a fantastic point, because one thing I've been saying throughout the trial is it's almost like dealing with a manipulative child. Is it fair to say that that's what we're looking at? Because again, like you said, he looks for these opportunities to put himself in things, try to upset what's going on, and if you give him too much of a reaction, then he'll go even further. Is that what we're seeing? Is it like dealing with a child?
It is like dealing with a child, actually. You know, a narcissistic child, someone who, you know, wants to take over, wants all the attention.
All right, Dr. Lieberman, stand by.